One thing I picked up on, and this is my slight bias, it's a great sounding album when it comes to the bass and where it sits in the mix. Is that you playing bass on the album?
It is, yeah.
Yeah. There's some like real classic style playing on there. It just sits right, filling everything out. Particularly like songs Watch the Sun Go Down, Cry Like Rain,
Yeah.
I'm the One You Want. Do you enjoy playing bass?
I do. I think it's the most under kind of valued instrument in popular music. I mean, if you know, across all genres, I mean, if you think about bands that have fantastic bass players, I mean, by that I mean the Beatles, Led Zeppelin, The Who. If a lot of like Entwistle or McCartney's work had been more pedestrian, or John Paul Jones, you know, it would have completely changed how some of the songs sounded. And you know, bass is in this kind of, obviously everybody notices the singer, notices the lead guitar player, notices the drummer, because they're naturally usually more flamboyant. But a slight alteration in any bass line can completely change the feel of everything. And so it's something that I'm fascinated by bass guitar. It's James Jameson's another one. I love bass guitar. If a song's got an interesting bass line, that's an amazing thing. It's so easy in rock music just to get on the 8 and go dum 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 dum, you know.
Which sounds great if that's what the song needs. That's great.
I think in context it's great, but there were a lot of records in the 80s, and that's all the bass bloody did.
Or the bass wasn't even in the mix at all.
No, exactly that as well. Yeah. And you know, and you sort of, like I said, I did a session once actually for Andy Taylor from Duran many years ago. Just about the time we started Thunder, and he'd made this solo album, which I don't think actually has ever come out. Anyway, but it was, and he rang me, he said, look, doing this album, I want to concentrate on my singing. Would you mind coming up and playing guitar? I said, yeah, it's all right. So I'm in Chipping Norton, which is a very famous studio in Chipping Norton near Oxford. So I wandered up. I didn't know who was going to be there. And the band was me, Mel Gaynor from Simple Minds on drums, and Bernie Marsden playing guitar. The bass player was Bernard Edwards.
No pressure then.
And it was like, oh my God. You know, I mean, I kind of knew Mel anyway, and I've saw a bit of Bernie before, but fucking hell, Bernard Edwards, Jesus. And it was great. And we were up there for about a week. And Bernard was very clean. He didn't drink or anything. And so and I'm an early riser, so I was up quite early. And one morning, me and him and Mel were sitting having a cup of tea in the kitchen, and he said, oh man, let's go warm up and just jam a little. So basically we went out there and plugged in, and we did everything, like Led Zeppelin songs, Beatles songs, and he knew all of them, of course. It turns out McCartney was his favourite bass player, which is quite interesting. And yeah, it's great. And I said to the assistant engineer, I said, oh, just bung a cassette in the machine, record this, it'd be interesting. And it was great. There was about 20 minutes of us just mucking around. But it was fantastic. And the cassette was in my car when my car hi-fi got pinched.
Oh no!
So I lost it. Yeah, unbelievable.
That's how long ago was that?
Oh, we're talking about. I mean, well, that was in 1989. It was recorded. So yeah, and I think it's probably a couple of years later somebody broke into my car and pinched it.
Oh shit!